Let's try another one of these problems. So remember, we're going to think of the start of this in three parts. So we're going to start with f of x plus h, where our f of x is negative 3x squared plus 4x minus 8. So f of x plus h means take out the x's and put in an x plus h squared. So instead of negative 3x squared, we have negative 3x plus h squared. And then take out the x and put in the x plus h. And then we still have the minus 8. So that's the f of x plus h part. Now we need to subtract the function f of x. And remember, the important part here is you have to subtract all of f of x. So we need to put that equation f of x in parentheses. So we remember to subtract all of the parts of f of x, all of the terms, instead of just the first one. And then we're going to take the whole thing and we're going to divide that by h. And remember, our overall goal is to get rid of that h in the denominator after we algebra stuff. All right, next step is always we need to remember that x plus h squared is the same as x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. When we square a binomial, it'll always square to that pattern. And then we just copy the rest of this stuff down. And remember, the whole thing is still over h. All right, now this is the part where it gets a little bit easier. We need to distribute the negative 3, the 4, and the negative on the second f of x. So make sure you're distributing carefully and you're multiplying things as you're supposed to. Oops, I see a little mistype there. The squared goes here. So distributing that negative to all three places, we get plus 3x squared minus 4x plus 8, and this whole thing is still over h. Now, what's really cool, remember, if it doesn't have an h, it should have an opposite to make it a 0 and cancel it out. So 3x squared minus 3x squared. 4x minus 4x, negative 8 plus 8. Everything left has an h in it. So we see negative 6xh minus 3h squared plus 4h. Now, we can't cancel out any of these h's yet because there's a whole bunch of addition happening in the numerator. So first we have to factor an h out. And now we have h times this, and remember, fractions are hidden divisions. So now we can finally cancel out that last h, and we get what is the simplified difference quotient, negative 6x minus 3h plus 4.